Good afternoon. Welcome to Marin High School. We are live here for today's wrestling match between the visiting Novato Hornets and the home team Marin Mustangs. Novato High is coached by Robert Barkas, Rafael Ayala, and Austin Ball. They come in here with a 1-4 record. Marin's coaches are Dan Donaldson, Emmanuel Boyd, and Sebastian Swetlin, who they lovingly call Seabass. Marin comes in here as well with an MCL record of 1-4. Today's referee is going to be Denny Plyler. And for those of you who've never been to a wrestling match, the way this kind of breaks down and works is we have a number of different weight classes here. So we're actually going to start off at the 132-pound weight class. It's going to be Estelle Mengelberg versus Fabian Carmona, and then we'll bounce up to 138, 145, 152, 160, 170, 182, 195, 220, heavyweight, and then we don't have 106 or 113-pound competitors, and then 126 and 132. So what will happen today as well is there will be team scoring, and then there will be individual scoring. We'll kind of go over that a little bit as well. So our first match is going to be in white. It's going to be Fabian Carmona of Marin, and he's going to wrestle Estelle Mengelberg. And as in wrestling, you can have boys and girls wrestling each other. So the teams are getting ready to come here on the mat, and it's going to be an exciting afternoon. We're glad you're joining us here on NCTV Channel 30. I'm Greg Irish. I'm the usual Mustangs Live announcer. Today this one is also being simulcast as well on Mustangs Live. And then you're going to see the competitors actually put on anklets. Marin will wear the green anklets, mostly for their home color being green. Novato will be wearing the red anklet, and that's how the referee can distinguish. And when you see the referee's hands go up, and we are ready to start. So you'll see the wrestlers try to tie up here. So right now, Mengelberg tried to go for a shoot. Instead, it's going to be Carmona who's going to shoot and try for the leg. And green, and that's going to be Carmona. He's going to pick up 2 points for going from behind. So now the key here is trying to get ride time and then the pin position. So right now, Mengelberg has her one shoulder pin to the net. She needs to get both shoulders pinned. So right now for the near fall, it's actually going to be Carmona getting 3 points out of that. So he's got a 5-0 lead. And it's 2 minutes per each round. There's 3 rounds if it goes to that, and then with an overtime. Carmona's riding on top right now. He's got the first shoulder pin, and it only takes a split second for the pinfall to actually happen. 59 seconds remain here in the first period. So you'll hear coaches yell specific words. They'll sound for high C. They'll call for a Peterson hold, crossface. And right there, Fabian Carmona picks up the pinfall over Estelle Mengelberg. And you also notice that the wrestlers will shake each other's hands after the match, and then the referee will raise the hand of the winner, and then both wrestlers, as part of tradition, need to go and actually meet with the opposing head coach. So here at the 138 division, Marin didn't field a wrestler, so Marcus Obata will get the victory by forfeit. So in team points, for a pinfall or a forfeit, it's 6 points. For a 15 or nothing higher, if it's a full competitive match but a team wins by 15 or higher, it's 5 points. And then it's going to be 3 points if it's just a close decision. So Obata wins the 138-pound class. So we have a 6-6 tie in team scoring. So it's going to bring up the 145-pound class. It's going to bring Bruno Kamara versus Samer Shawaka. So Samer is going to wrestle this match. Samer is a 3-year wrestler. Bruno Kamara is a first-year wrestler for Marin as a sophomore. And there's a variety of different seniors to juniors and sophomores for Novato. Marin does not field any seniors. Today would be senior day, but that's not going to happen this afternoon. So this is the 145-pound weight class. Kamara decked out in white. Sammer Shawaka is going to be in black. They shake hands and we start this. And Sammer goes immediately at the head toward Kamara. And one of the ways you'll see wrestlers as well is they'll reach down. Kamara tries, he actually picks up Bruno and gets him from behind. Now he's going to get riding time. That's going to be 2 points for picking the person up. Now he's got to trying to get the crossface. And both coaches stressed it's more about wrestling time today. Records really don't mean a whole lot, especially both teams are coming in here with 1 and 4 records. Now, if you also notice, if both wrestlers step outside of the circle, then it's going to be that they have to start. Sometimes they'll start in a seating position, sometimes in a standing position. Sammer picks up 2 more points. And Bruno, if he can get out of the hold, he'll pick up 1 point. And if he can reverse the hold, he'll pick up 3. There's 1:06 remaining. And now we're outside of the circle. So sometimes a wrestler can get called for stalling. This is a decision that Sammer can have if he wants to start on top or below. And the coaches will usually make that decision. But most of the time, the coaches will make it. So Bruno's going to be in a kneeling position. Sammer's got to come from behind. He's going to try to grasp. Now you'll notice that Sammer goes for the ankle, so it's a difficult position for Bruno Kamara to have to try to get out of. 50 seconds remain in this. Almost in a chicken wing position that Sammer's got him, so he's bending the arm behind the back. He's trying to roll Bruno Kamara over. Kamara's a first-year wrestler. He's picked up a pinfall in a win down at Drake earlier this season. This time, Bruno rolled his way through. He almost got pinned, and then he rolled it on through his back. And once again, Bruno now is more on his stomach. He's trying to make sure that that one shoulder is up at all times instead of getting both. Sammer's trying his hardest to get that right shoulder, actually his left trying to get the left shoulder pin. He's got 8 seconds to try to hold him off. And you'll see Bruno switching sides left to right. He's got 1 more second, and we're going to go time. And we got a time. The buzzer did not go off. So in this case, the buzzer actually did not work. It should have held up. So the decision there's usually a coin flip, but in this case, Sammer's got a 7-0 lead. So they'll restart the 2-minute clock. This is the second period. So the referee stating that it was a near pinfall, so there's going to be 3 points awarded to Sammer Shawaka. So this time, Sammer decided to stand up in a neutral position. If they go to a 3rd round, then Bruno Kamara will then be allowed to make the decision, and it could be a point value. And Sammer gets Bruno down. He got him right at the waist and went from behind. So this time, Sammer's from behind. He has to roll him over to get the near pinfall. So Bruno, he still cannot get rolled over. Sammer's trying everything. He wants to roll over that left shoulder, but now he's got to change tactics. So if Bruno can get out of the hold, he'll get a point out of this. And one thing Sammer can do that actually would be not in his benefit is actually locking his hands. That will get him a point taken away, or a point for Bruno Kamara. Like we just said right there, so they're going to get Bruno Kamara. It's 9-1, and Sammer Shawaka ended up locking his fingers together behind Kamara. So he'll be in the seated position. Sammer tried to get from behind with the leg, but now he's got to go try for a crossface. Bruno, being a first-year wrestler, going up against a third-year senior, this is a difficult match at best. You're going to see a lot of mismatches as well. Bruno, who's actually wrestling a really good match here, having one pinfall victory this year, and he's wrestled pretty well in some of the JV tournaments. It's a little different for him today. Sammer's trying to get into a crossface. He just cannot get. And they're going to give Bruno Camara another point for a technical violation of grabbing the headgear. Obviously, that's another foul. So it's going to leave 9-2 right now. And we're going to have 13 seconds remaining on the scoreboard, possibly going to a third and final round. Sammer's trying to grab behind the leg, but he's not able to get around. Might be able to pick up another 2 points. Right now, we're going to go to a third match. So Bruno Camara holding his own, even though he's down 9-2. So it'll be green choice. So in this case, Camara is actually going to be on top. Sammer Shawaka will be in the kneeling position. Sometimes when you're losing, you want to get that quick point. A lot of people will try to get out just like that. Instead, Bruno with a nice takedown. So now Bruno Camara's got a good ride time. Right now he can't get the points because he's starting in the upper position. Sammer gets out of the hold. He gets 1 point. And Bruno's able to throw Sammer down, and now they're going to be outside the circle. So the referee's decision is he's going to go back into the middle. Now they can stay, he can choose if they're going to be in a neutral position, but in this case it's actually going to be Sammer back down. And Bruno Camara will start on top once again. So Bruno gets out of the one hold. He can try to lock his legs down and literally almost trip him up. Instead, he actually got down on Sammer. So he's able to ride Sammer down to the ground. Bruno just not letting go here. One of the brand new wrestlers here for Sam Marin is holding his own against a 3-year varsity member. So they're going to give Sammer 1 point for getting out of the hold. And if you can see, it's hard to tell, but Sammer has got Bruno's right hand, and if he holds on, Bruno's doing pretty well to hold his own here. Sammer picks up 2 more points. The best is try to get it by pinfall, and he's trying to roll him over. By holding that hand, he's able to grasp around. And the coaches are yelling for Bruno to get his hands loose. He got 1 out. He's trying to step out. If you can use your body weight and push up. Right now it's 12-3. And Bruno's doing his absolute best, trying to hold on for this. Bruno, if he can slip out of this, he gets a point out of it. And Bruno doing his absolute best. He is having one of the matches of his career, even though he's the first year. If he can stay out of the pin for 5 more seconds, he can roll it out. He's only got 1, and that is going to be the end of the match. Sammer Shawaka wins the match 12-3. But Bruno Camara, the sophomore, holds his own very well. So because this is a 9-point win, it's only going to make Novato's team points just go up just a little bit more. So this is going to move up. Now we're going to go to the 152-pound class. Waiting to see what the score is here. So it's only going to be a 4-point gain for Novato High. So Novato's going to go now up 10-6. And it's going to put Matt Ruse, a second-year wrestler, against Nathan Yoder. This is going to be the 152-pound class. Yoder will be decked out in black, Novato's colors. Ruse is going to be decked out in white. So Ruse has at least a year's experience. And Ruse is gonna shoot immediate for the legs, but Yoder keeps his hands up. One thing you'll notice too is you'll see wrestlers really try to grasp the headgear as well. Right now, both wrestlers are trying to get from behind. Instead, Ruse is gonna literally get the near pin or the near hold from behind. So Ruse picks up a quick 2 points here. Yoder's gonna shoot for the legs, and Ruse is gonna try to hold up. And this time, Ruse is gonna go down. So Yoder's gonna pick up the points. We got 115, and it's gonna be 2-2, and now we're gonna have a technical violation. Yoder's gonna get, he didn't call for anything, so. Ruse is going to be in the kneeling position. Now, if he gets out of this, it's going to be 1 point. Ruse is going to stand him up. Now, he's trying to unlock his hands, and if he gets that unlocked hands, he gets a point. So there's a point for Matt Ruse. Makes it 3-2. Ruse over Yoder. And Ruse is going to shoot, and he's got Yoder. He had a close pinfall. Instead, he's going to get 2 points for the... Going behind is going to make 4-2. If Ruse trying to hold on, he's trying to go for a cradle pin. And he's got the cradle in. He just has to lock the legs. If he locks the legs, then he's got Yoder's shoulders pinned to the mat. Got another near fall, so it's going to be 5. Yoder's got one hand locked. Ruse has one hand on. And Ruse just has to turn his body to the right, and then he's got Yoder in a pin. Yoder's got 25 seconds to try to get out of this hold, try to escape it. And Yoder's actually able to turn over. Ruse picked up 2 points. So it's going to make it 8-2, but Yoder got out of the hold, so it's actually 1 point down. Ruse, though, now gets riding time from behind. There's only 5 seconds. So Ruse now with a 10-2 lead, getting out of the first period. So Matt Ruse leads Nathan Yoder 10-2 after the first round. Yoder's got to readjust his headset as well. They're actually going to say that Yoder had a near fall, so it's actually now going to be 8-5. So Marin with the lead will also have the decision of what they want to do. Sometimes they will defer, kind of like in football with a coin flip. You can also defer to the other team. So at this point, our referee, Denny Plyler, has said that Novato, being also the visitors as well, they're going to have the first choice. They are going to defer. So Coach Donaldson decided to have Ruse be in the stand-up position. So Ruse actually gets taken down for 2 points. But right now, Ruse now may be in the advantage because he's behind. So now he's up 10-7. Now he's trying to apply a crossface to Yoder. Ruse trying to get behind. He's trying to lock one knee from behind. Now he's able to get Yoder back down to the ground and trying to apply some type of crossface. Instead, now looks like the blood issue has come back for Yoder. He lost his his paper towel that was in his nose, and now he's bleeding a little bit more. So we also have to wipe up the mat. 10-7 right now, Ruse over Yoder in the 152-pound weight class. So Yoder's going to come in. They had about 40-some-odd seconds of blood time. So we're at 1:24 of the second round. Yoder was down before, so Ruse is going to have him back down in the down position. And the key is to try to get the pinfall, because then by team points, Marin can increase, or not only come back from behind, they're down 10-6 right now, but increase the times. Rue's able to get, it's actually, Yoder's able to reverse the move, and now he's only up 10-9. So Ruse, and now Ruse is able to reverse the hold as well, and now he's got Yoder in a pinning predicament. He just needs to get Yoder's, and Ruse pins Nathan Yoder to the mat, and that is going to be a Sam Marin picking up another pinfall victory at the 152-pound class. Matt Ruse defeats Nathan Yoder by pinfall at 59 seconds of the second round. So at the 160-pound weight class, Josh Jossart decked out in black, and Daniel Bazikian, who's decked out in white. Daniel Bazikian, who's wrestled mostly JV matches, has actually wrestled really strong this year. He's a big, strong kid for 160 pounds. Jossart, though, immediately lifts Bazikian up, and he's trying for the pin right away. Already picked up a quick 2 points.
All right, Josh.
So at these weight classes, you see a little bit more speed with size. At the lower classes, you see a lot of speed, and then at the size at 182 and then higher, you see mostly just a straight size. Jossart picks up Bazikian. He's getting riding time on the back. He's trying to turn him over to the right side of Bazikian. Bazikian, though, has about a 3-inch height advantage, so its height does play a little bit. Bazikian, though, is able to get out of the move, but Jossart's going to pick up 2 more points, so he's got a 6-0 lead right now. He's trying to roll over Bazikian. He's got the right shoulder down. He's still trying to get the left shoulder. He's trying to use his legs to push away, and Jossart's going to win this by pinfall. 51 seconds of the first match. So Josh Jossart, 51 seconds into the first round, wins by pinfall over Daniel Bazikian. So that's going to bring up the 170-pound weight class. Zach Chernoff for Sam Marin versus Ethan Mengelberg. What made this interesting, I think this is football player versus football player here. So right now, it's a 16-12 lead, Novato over Sam Marin. So Zach Chernoff as well has had a pretty good year so far wrestling. He's a first-year wrestler as a JV. He's picked up a number of victories in tournaments and actually has won as well. He picked up a pinfall victory against Tara Linda. Engelberg has Chernoff's right leg. Chernoff's able to get out of the move, and now Chernoff was trying to go from behind. Instead, Mengelberg is able to get the grip from behind and put Chernoff down to pick up two points. Chernoff gets out of the move. He's trying to squirm his way out if he can get the hold released. Instead, he goes back down. I'm going to try to get him in what's called an Iowa position. It's reaching from behind and then pulling back. Chernoff's still trying to get out of the hold. Engelberg's got that Iowa position in. Right now, Chernoff's trying to get, he's got to get out of that base. He's got to try to get that arm released. He's got his right arm being held down by Mengelberg. Now Chernoff's can break the hold. It's a point. Instead, he still can't get out of the hold. He's got 35 seconds. Got turned over. Chernoff's trying to move away. He's trying to use his legs. He's got to keep the shoulders off the mat. And Ethan Mengelberg will win by pinfall as well over Zach Chernoff. Let's bring up our 182-pound class. It's going to be Eli Kondrashov versus Max Lyons. Both first-year wrestlers as well. And when we go to tournaments, a lot of times that Kondrashov will actually wrestle with the 170-pound weight class, but it can actually be moved up one position. And there was debate if they wanted to use Lions at 182 or 195. So Eli Kondrashov, a freshman this year, as well as another first-year wrestler. Girth advantage goes to Lions right now, but Kondrashov is actually the taller of the two wrestlers. Does a lot of jiu-jitsu as well. Kondrashov almost has forced Lions out of the circle. And we are out of the circle, so they got to break the hold and go back up into a neutral position. Start back in neutral position again. 25 seconds into this one, and really no give and take at this point, other than Lions getting pushed out to the side, but there's no point value in that. And they're locking each other up right at the top. Kondrashov is trying to shoot for the leg. Lions will not let go on the right side, and they're going to call the referee's actually going to call a stalling foul. Usually you can get one or the other for stalling. Kondrashov is going to try to turn Lions around. He almost had it. Lions has barely got a hold of the back of the tights, and Kondrashov is successful in getting it turned around. He's got the back of the leg. Now they both have each back leg. Now Kondrashov picked up the 2 points by getting around on Lions. So Kondrashov is on top. It's a 2-0 lead. Kondrashov, and then Lions is able to get out of the hold, so it's going to be 2-1. What you also see is wrestlers also literally, not headbutting, but it's literally they'll go head to head. What you also may see is one wrestler trying to actually snap the top of the head of the wrestler down. It's a weight move. Lions actually gets Kondrashov, and he's going to pick up 2 points for the near pin. Kondrashov's doing everything he can to keep that shoulder off the mat. And he's got 1 second, and he got the pinfall right at the buzzer. So literally at the 2-minute mark, before the buzzer went off, Max Lyons wins by pinfall over Eli Kondrashov. So this is going to put Nick Irish up here, and he's going to win by forfeit. So Novato didn't field a 195-pound wrestler. So points-wise now, Sam Marin will pick up. It's 28-12. Now it's going to be 28-18. Neither team is going to field a 220 wrestler, and Sam Marin doesn't have anybody at the heavyweight. So Nahum Segura is going to win by forfeit at the heavyweight division. So you say wrestling matches can go relatively quick, especially in dual meets. If it was a tri-meet, could be here for a lot longer time. So Nahum Segura will actually come up here to the table, and he'll win by or by forfeit here. So it's going to make the team score 34-18. And with neither school fielding a 106 or 113 class, Sam Marin's 113 class Jonathan West, who came up sick today, was not able to, didn't come to school, so he would normally wrestle with the 113 class. Now it's going to be Xavier Espero.